all the new mechs and loadouts in Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries Shadow of Kerensky, the DLC that finally brings the clan invasion. Hi friends, I'm TTB. Let's go over all the new mechs that we have with this new DLC for Mechwarrior 5 Mercs, and I'm gonna have a quick overview over each single model and which I think are the strongest ones. So let's get started right away. I've lined up a couple of clan mechs here, the Adder, Firemoth, Mistlings and Kid Fox, and let's start with the Firemoths right here. So the Firemoths are also known as Dashers. It's kind of a little bit disorienting for me as a Mechwarrior Online player, Mechwarrior 5 Clans player, that we're using the Inner Sphere designations all of a sudden now. So Dasher, aka Firemoth, we've got the 1, the Alpha, the Bravo, the Charlie, Delta and Prime. The Firemoth 1 has Mask Mark 1, comes equipped with a double small pulse laser, a flamer, and then a mixture of ER mediums, ER smalls. Lots of firepower in this mech, that is for sure. Yeah, 3 ER mediums, 2 ER smalls, 2 small pulses, and a flamer. A little bit of a wild potpourri of weapons here. I think it would be actually stronger if you just had ER mediums instead of the small pulses. But, I mean, you have the opportunity to put in 8 energy weapons. So this one is going to be, as far as the 20-ton is concerned, probably the strongest 20-tonner that is available at this point. Then we've got the Firemoth Alpha running AMS, Tag, Mask Mark 1 and 1, Streak 4, plus a Clan Active Probe, one of the weaker ones for sure. Firemoth Bravo is gonna have also Mask, it's gonna have ECM, 2 medium pulse lasers and 2 machine guns, that is not a bad loadout. The Charlie rocks a AMS plus 2 LRM5 and of course Mask as well. That is a super weak one in my opinion. Then we've got the Firemoth Delta with Mask of course again. Then we have 5 ER medium lasers and a flamer. That is a super solid loadout. Heat might be a problem, but looking very good in the firepower department and range department for that matter. And then we've got the Firemoth Prime, 2 ER medium lasers, a Streak, an SRM4 and an SRM6, closer range brawler, definitely also a solid loadout for a 20-tonner. Remember, we're talking 20 tons here, so that is pretty nice right here. Then, of course, we have the next higher tier, which is the Koshi, or the Mistlings. These ones, as you will see by quickly hovering over them, are coming with a lot of jump jets, and jump jets, of course, always cut into your weapons and armor budget. The Alpha comes with Clan Active Probe, double AMS, Tag, machine guns times 2, and a flamer. So this is more like of a support mech. Doesn't really have that many weapons itself. Don't recommend that. The Mistlings Bravo comes equipped once again Active Probe. We've got 2 SRM6, 2 ER medium lasers, and an ER small laser. Not too bad. The Charlie has ECM, AMS, and 2 ER medium lasers. That is pretty bad. That's basically the equivalent of a spider, just better. The Mistlings Delta, an ER small laser, ER medium laser, and an Ultra AC2 burst fire. I also would not recommend that one. The Mistlings P, 4 machine guns, an ER small laser, a small pulse laser, another ER small laser, another 4 machine guns, another small pulse laser. So 2 small pulses, 2 ER smalls, and 8 machine guns. That thing is gonna have a lot of damage, and I think that's probably the most dangerous one of the whole pack. And then the Prime, 2 machine guns, a Streak 4, and an LRM10. Yeah, I would skip that one. Then we come to the other, also known as the Kid Fox. The Kid Fox, Charlie, Delta, Echo, P, Prime, and S variant. The Charlie gets us triple AMS, so if you have a light mech lance and you really need AMS cover, this thing is going to be super strong for that. You also get hard mounts for 3 energy weapons, one of which is going to be a large one, so this one has a Clan ER large laser actually, and also 2 machine guns and a small pulse, plus a Tag and ECM and Active Probe. So this is probably one of the best, if not the best, light support mech. Kid Fox Delta is double LRM-15s, Narc and LRM-5, so long-range missile Kid Fox. Then we have got the Echo coming equipped with an ER-PPC, an ER small laser, and an ATM-3. So we have ATM-3s actually in the game. The Kid Fox P variant comes equipped with 2 SRM-4s and 3 Clan ER medium lasers, plus 2 machine guns and an Ultra AC5 burst fire. Spicy combination. Definitely a nice, interesting potpourri here, but 4 weapon groups. The Kit Fox Prime comes with an ER large laser, a small pulse laser, an LB5, and a Streak 4. And the Kit Fox S comes equipped with 2 machine guns, a large pulse laser, a medium pulse laser, and a small pulse laser, and a Streak SRM4. Once again, lots of weapon groups that you don't necessarily want to mess with. Also, jump jets for Kit Fox, but I would probably reallocate most of that tonnage into armor and ammo and cooling. And then last but definitely not least, we are looking at the 35 tons Puma, aka the Adder. And we've got the Alpha, the Bravo, the Delta, the Prime, and the S variant. The Alpha comes equipped with a Flamer, 2 small pulse lasers, and 2 LRM-20 for long-range support. The Bravo has got a Flamer, 2 ER medium lasers, a large pulse laser, and an LB5. That is respectable for a light mech. The Delta comes equipped with an ER large laser, 2 Streak 2s, an Ultra AC5 burst fire, and a Flamer. The Prime comes with the classic double ER PPC and Flamer loadout. This one is probably going to be one of the most useful. And then there is the S variant, and I think the S takes the place as potentially one of the best, if not the most stone cold light mech killer mech out there, with as far as I counted it, hopefully I counted it correctly, it's got ECM, it's got 2 medium pulse lasers, no, 4 medium pulse lasers, a Flamer, an active probe, and last I checked, this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 machine guns. Yep. This is potentially the most dangerous light mech in the game. So yeah, this one's spicy. I think that one would be my favorite. On the Sphere side, we get the Flea RCX. This is basically a Flea that runs 4 small lasers, an SRM2 and an SRM2 Inferno, plus 4 machine guns. So for a 20-ton Sphere mech, this thing has quite a bit of firepower. Would be interesting to see how the Infernos actually work compared to the normal SRM2s, or whether it wouldn't be better just to have like 2 SRM2s or 2 SRM2 Infernos. That is, of course, a question that we will need to answer with gameplay. Then we actually get a new Spider, the Spider RCX. This one comes equipped with a medium laser, 2 small lasers, 2 machine guns, and an SRM4 Inferno launcher, and 6 jump jets. Once again, one of these mechs that has, unfortunately, a lot of jumpiness, not a lot of firepower. Otherwise, this mech would be a little bit more interesting. I think the Flea is actually more dangerous than the Spider at 10 tons less. Next up, we're talking about the new medium mechs in the game. I've already put down the clan mechs into our mech base. We've got the Viper, aka the Dragonfly, Shadowcat, the Nova, aka Blackhawk, and the Stormcrow, aka the Ryoken. Let's have a look at these mechs in detail. So let's start with the Dragonfly, aka Viper. We get the Alpha, the Bravo, the Charlie, the Delta, the P, and the Prime variant. The Alpha gets us a interesting assortment of equipment. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ER medium lasers and an SRM6 and a oodles amount of jump jets. The Bravo gets us a double small pulse laser, a Flamer, and an ER PPC. The Charlie gets us a bunch of machine guns, actually. I'm counting 4 machine guns so far. Also counting a bunch of Flamers. 2 to be precise. 3 Flamers. And an active probe. Interesting loadout. It's too bad it's showing the jump jets locations in the readout, because that really throws off my counting. So if I miscount, I apologize. Then the Viper Delta, we're getting ER small laser plus 2 ER mediums, an LRM5 and a Streak 6 and oodles of jump jets. The Viper P gets an ER small, a medium pulse, another medium pulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 machine guns. I would say this is probably the strongest Viper that you can get, the P variant. And then the Prime gets AMS and SM4, and then we have a total of 2 machine guns and 2 medium pulse lasers. So the P variant is the one you want. The other ones are not super strong, with the Alpha variant, I would say, being a good second contender. Moving on to the Shadowcats. You get the Alpha, the Bravo, the M variant, the P, and the Prime variant. All of the Shadowcats come equipped with Mask. The Alpha variant gets you an active probe on ER large laser ×2 and a streak 6. The Bravo gets you ECM, active probe, 2 ER medium lasers, and 2 LRM 15s with Artemis for long range combat. The M variant gets you 2 ER mediums and 2 large pulse lasers. That is not a bad loadout, good for pinpoint accuracy. The P variant gets you oodles and oodles of machine guns, 6 machine guns, and a Gauss rifle, also not bad. And the Prime variant gets you 2 ER medium lasers and a Gauss rifle as well. Then we're looking at what I think is probably the most dangerous medium mech of the clan variant in Shadow of Kerensky, the Black Hawk. We've got the Alpha variant, the Bravo variant, the Charlie variant, the Delta variant, the S variant, and the Killer, the Prime variant. The Alpha variant gets you double AMS, a medium pulse laser, and 2 ER PPCs. Not bad, but for a 50-tonner also not enough in my opinion. The Bravo gets you a large pulse laser, an Ultra AC5 burst fire, an ER small laser, and 2 machine guns, so 4 weapon groups. The less weapon groups you use, the better in my opinion, so I would not use a build like that. The Charlie gets you an SRM4, a Gauss rifle, and a small pulse laser. So not much more than you would get from the Shadowcat. The Delta gets you an LRM20 and an LB5, so this is more like a long-range oriented build. The S variant gets you 5 medium pulse lasers, 6 medium pulse lasers, and 4 machine guns. That is considerable firepower. And then we've got the Nova Prime. And that thing comes equipped with 12 ER medium lasers. Yep. Question is just, will you be able to shoot this in Alpha Strike and not cook yourself? My recommendation would be to remove all but 1 jump jet. And see how it is with the cooling then. And if needed, maybe remove 1 or 2 lasers, add 1 or 2 more double heat sinks. And I think then you have a super strong mech. Or you just go with ER small lasers, and you would still have a super strong mech. The only drawback is that compared to clans, you cannot add extra armor. Otherwise, this thing would be a god. Okay, and then we have the Ryoken, also known as the Stormcrow. You get the Alpha variant, the Bravo, the Charlie, the Delta, and the Prime. The Alpha variant has 2 Streak 6, an LRM20, and 4 medium pulse lasers. That is respectable. Absolutely respectable. Do not underestimate that. Especially not the Streak SRM6 on the clan side. I've learned today that they are super powerful. The Stormcrow Bravo gets access to 6 ER medium lasers and an Ultra AC20 burst fire. That is beefy. The Charlie gets an LB10, a large pulse laser, and 2 medium pulse lasers. The Delta gets double LRM20s, double SRM2s, and an arc beacon. I'll probably exchange the 2s for something else. Maybe keep the narc, I don't know. And the Prime gets you access to 2 ER large lasers and 3 ER medium lasers for longer range combat. Okay, not bad. Those were the clan mechs. Let's talk about the new Inner Sphere mechs. First up is the Cicada RCX. This one comes equipped with a small laser, 2 machine guns, an SRM6, and an SRM6 Inferno launcher. So, an extra Inferno launcher. I wonder if 2 Infernos would not be better just to really lean on the Inferno gimmick. But other than that, it's not a lot of firepower, especially not for a 40-tonner. The Cicada, like I always say, is a confused light mech. Then we have the Hatchetman RCX. This one comes equipped with a total of 3 small lasers, 2 large lasers, and an LB10 solid slug burst fire, and no melee weapon as far as I can see. At least it doesn't list one, but maybe the melee weapon is just like hard-coded into the mech. Nevertheless, not a bad bit of firepower for a 45-tonner. Then in the Hunchback department, we get access to the Hunchback RCX. This one is going to have LRM10 hot-loaded, an Ultra AC5, an AC5 burst fire, and 2 medium lasers and 2 small lasers. I would probably switch that to 2 Ultra AC5s and then see what we could do with the lasers, but I would go with 2 Ultra AC5s. The combination of a burst fire and a normal Ultra AC5 is just a little bit of a weird one, so I would change away from that. And now we've reached the heavy mechs. Lined up are the Vulture or Mad Dog, the Loki or Hellbringer, the Thor, aka the Summoner, and the Mad Cat, aka the Timberwolf, everybody's favorite. Let's talk about these mechs in detail, starting with the Vulture. Coming in at 60 tons, we've got the Mad Dog Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Prime, and S variants. The Alpha is an insanely strong brawler, 6 SRM6 clan variant, plus an LB5 and an ERPPC. I would probably remove the LB5 and add more SRM6 ammo and more cooling and armor. Insanely strong, close range. Mad Dog Bravo. We get 2 Streak 6s, an LRM-20 plus Artemis, 2 Clan ER large lasers, and 3 Clan medium pulse lasers. As far as weapons are concerned, also super strong. The Charlie variant, double Gauss. Strong long-range sniper. The Prime variant comes with 2 LRM-20s, 2 large pulse lasers, and 2 medium pulse lasers. Nice balanced loadout, also strong. And the S variant comes with a total of 3 medium pulse lasers, 2 ERPPCs, an active probe, and jump jets. Once again, I would remove 4 jump jets here out of the 5 and add a little bit more cooling as well as more armor. But as far as power is concerned, the Alpha close range is definitely very scary. Then we're talking about the Loki, aka the Hellbringer. We get the Alpha, Bravo, F, P, and Prime variant. The Alpha comes equipped with an active probe. We get 2 ER large lasers, an ER medium laser, 2 machine guns, a narc beacon, an LRM-20, and an Ultra AC5 burst fire. This thing is all over the place. Hence, I would not recommend it. Just too many weapon groups to be happy. But if you are a Battletech simulation fan, maybe with a joystick or whatnot, then maybe you're gonna have a lot of fun micromanaging this one. The Bravo comes equipped with 2 SRM6 Artemis, a Gauss rifle, an LB5, and an ER small laser. The Foxtrot gets 3 ER medium lasers. The Omnipod seems to be carrying another ER medium laser. We got 2 LB10s and an SRM6, solid loadout. The P variant comes equipped with an LRM-20. We get 3 ER large lasers, a medium pulse laser, and an ER small laser. I would probably kick the medium pulse and the ER small and add more armor, because this thing only has 256 armor on a 65 tonner. That is ridiculous. Actually, looking at these models, all of them have very low armor values, so you're gonna have to remove some weapons if you actually want to add any armor whatsoever, and I highly recommend you add armor, otherwise you're gonna get chewed to shreds. The Prime variant comes with AMS, ECM, an active probe, a Streak 6, 2 machine guns, 2 ERPPCs, 2 ER mediums, no, 3 ER medium lasers. Nice loadout, but once again, I would remove some stuff to make sure that I can stay alive. That's actually one of my best tips that I gave people in Mechwarrior 5 clans, and I think it's going to be true here as well. Max out your armor. Now we get to the 70-ton Thor. The Thor sounds powerful, but trust me, depending on the variant, this thing is either strong or a pretty big lemon. We got the Bravo, the Charlie, the Delta, the Foxtrot, and the M variant, plus the Prime variant. The Bravo comes equipped with AMS, a narc beacon, 2 LRM-20s, and 2 SRM-4s. If you exchange that to a little bit more just SRM oriented, or just full LRM, not a bad mech. The Charlie comes equipped with a Streak 6, an Ultra AC-20, an ER large laser, and an ER small laser. I would pass on that one. All of them, of course, have jump jets. The Delta variant has a double AMS. It's got a machine gun, it's got 2 ER large lasers, 2 ER medium lasers. Yeah, I would also skip this one. But it does have omnipods, so you could do something with the omnipods potentially. It doesn't say how big the omnipods are here, unfortunately. Then the Foxtrot variant comes equipped with an LRM-10, 2 Ultra AC-5 burst fire, and 3 ER medium lasers. Not bad. It's definitely some DPS there. The M variant has a Streak 6, an ERPPC, an LB-10, and an ER small laser. I would also potentially skip that one. And the Prime variant, this is the classic, LB-10, LRM-15, and an ERPPC. skip. Next, please. Alrighty, and then last but definitely not least, everybody's favorite, the Mad Cat, aka the Timberwolf. The Alpha variant, the Charlie variant, Delta variant, Prime variant, and S variant are available. The Alpha variant is going to be the energy-focused variant. You've got 2 ERPPCs, triple medium pulse lasers, an ER small laser, and a Streak SRM6. The Charlie variant will get you 2 ER large lasers, 2 LRM-15s, an Ultra AC5 burst fire, and an ER medium laser plus AMS. The Delta variant has 4 Omnipods, by the way. Comes equipped with double ERPPCs, 4 Streak SRM6, and an ER small laser. This one is very strong, however, the 4 Streak 6s also get very hot, so if I ran this, I would actually think about exchanging the ERPPCs for ER large lasers and investing the tonnage saved, which is 4 tons, into I think 1 ton of armor or so, and then 3 extra double heatsinks, or 2 double heatsinks and some more ammo. The Prime variant, this is the classic, 2 LRM-20s, 2 machine guns, a medium pulse laser, 2 ER medium lasers, and 2 ER large lasers. And then the S variant, this one comes with, let's see, apparently just 1 large pulse laser, 2 medium pulses, 1 ER small laser, and 4 SRM6. Strong on Brawler for sure, plus 2 machine guns, but also, again, a little bit over the place with the weapons systems. My favorite loadouts are probably the Alpha variant and the Delta variant so far. Then we get, of course, to the inner sphere, heavy mechs. First up here is the Champion BF. This mech comes equipped with 2 small lasers, 2 SRM6, 2 SRM6 Inferno, and 4 machine guns. If you ran 4 SRM6 Inferno with this and the machine guns, this could be a fun and interesting mech, and I'm going to be super curious to see how that one runs. Definitely has a potential. Then we've got the Jäger Mech B2. This mech comes equipped with 2 medium lasers, 2 ER large lasers, and 2 LRM-15s. Then we're going to have a look at the Rifleman RCX. This one comes equipped with a total of 3 large lasers, 2 medium lasers, and an Ultra AC5, but running all of that will mean that you're basically running half armor, which means that you're about as tanky as a light mech, so I highly recommend, if you use this mech, to drop some weapons and invest that into armor and your longevity. And now we finally arrived in the Assault Mech territory. We've got the Man-O-War, aka the Gargoyle right here, the Mazakari, also known as the Warhawk, Gladiator, aka the Executioner, and of course, everybody's favorite box on legs, the Direwolf Daishi. Let's jump into the different variants, starting with the Man-O-War, aka the Gargoyle. We've got the Alpha, the Bravo, the Charlie, Delta, P, and Prime variant. The Alpha variant comes equipped with double ERPPCs, a large pulse laser, a medium pulse laser, an ER medium laser, and an ER small laser. Lots of lasers, but unfortunately all over the place. The Bravo variant gets you an SRM-4 Artemis, a Gauss rifle, and an LRM-10. I would stay away from that. This is just ridiculously low amounts of weapons for a assault mech. The Charlie comes with a UAC-20 burst fire and 6 ER medium lasers. That is more interesting for sure. The Delta variant has a total of 2 ER large lasers, 3 medium pulse lasers, and an ER small laser. Nothing crazy going on here as well. The P variant comes with an LRM-20, a Streak SRM-6, and 6 ER medium lasers. I would probably prefer the Charlie variant. And the Prime comes with the classic double LB5, double SRM-6, and ER small laser. Yeah, so like I said, Gargoyle still a little bit on the sad side of things. Unfortunately, we cannot exchange Omnipods, we can't add armor. So if you choose one variant, or if you have to use a Gargoyle, I would go with the Charlie variant for sure. Then we get to the Mazakari, the War Falcon, the Warhawk. Let's see what we have here. We've got the Alpha, the Bravo, the Charlie, and the Prime variant. The Alpha gets you 2 ER large lasers, a Streak 6, an LB10, and an LRM-15. This is what I call a Mech Swiss Army knife, and I'm not a fan of Mech Swiss Army knife builds because if you're good at everything, or if you can engage at everything, that means you're good at nothing, and you're always going to struggle a little bit, so that would not be my preferred build. The Bravo variant gets you a Gauss Rifle, a Narc Beacon, 2 SRM6 Artemis, but without any guidance, so the Narc Beacon doesn't do anything for you specifically, an ER Small Laser, and 2 ER Medium Lasers. So, nothing to write home about. The Charlie variant gets you 2 ER PPCs, 2 large pulse lasers, a flamer, and an active probe. Not bad. And the Prime variant gets you the classic quadruple ER PPC and an LRM-10. My recommendation, take the Prime, remove the LRM-10, add more armor, add more cooling, and just blast people left and right with quadruple ER PPCs. And then we get to the Gladiators, aka the Executioners, and we actually have 2 different mech models here, which surprised the heck out of me. We've got the normal Executioner, we got the Alpha, the Bravo, the Charlie, Delta, and Prime, and then we got the Gladiator B, Executioner B, the BA, BB, BC, and B Prime as well. And there's a couple of doozies in there, let me tell you. So, normal Executioner, let's talk about those first. So, they all should have Mask. Let's see if that's also true for the other variants. So the Executioner Bravo dash whatever variant does not have Mask, and seems to also have less top speed, 48 kph top speed. So this is basically the sovereign base from Mechwarrior Online. If you're familiar with Mechwarrior Online, that's a lower speed Executioner, has a smaller engine, doesn't have jump jets, or only has limited jump jets, and has no Mask, but uses all that tonnage that it saves for guess what? Armor and weapons. This is TTB's favorite variant. Okay, so this one here, yep. Mask Mark IV and 64 kph speed, so this one has the big engine, 4 jump jets, and Mask, and of course all of that cuts into your weapons budget. So let's see what we here in weapons. 3 large pulse lasers, 3 ER mediums, no 4 ER mediums, 3 large pulses, and 2 machine guns. Not too shabby. The Bravo variant gets an Ultra AC-20, AMS, ER medium laser, and ER PPC. Stay away from that thing. The Charlie variant, Ultra AC-20 burst fire, LRM-20, Artemis, and ER small laser. Once again, this is an assault mech, and this is not an assault mech loadout, unless of course you had like the crazy quirks from Mechwarrior Online, but I don't think we have that, so these 2 variants are basically just good for selling. The Delta variant gets you... Ooh, that's a lot of lasers. Okay. Who's gonna count all of those? I think I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 6 small pulses, 3 medium pulses, an ER small laser, a large pulse laser, and 2 SRM6. Lots of lasers, has a big laser fist, very nice. And the Prime variant has a Gauss, 2 machine guns, and 2 ER large lasers. Once again, nothing crazy to write home about, but an okay sniper if you have nothing else available to you. Then we've got the Gladiator B or Executioner Bravo dash variant. That thing. Okay, let's see. The BA variant has 2 LB-10s and 2 UAC-10 burst fire and 2 ER small lasers. Lots of Dakar firepower, nice. The BB variant has 2 Gauss rifles, 2 ER large lasers, and 4 medium pulse lasers. That is strong long range. The BC variant has 4 ER PPCs and 2 UAC-5 burst fires and 2 SRM-2s. I would kick the SRM-2s, they just don't fit into the whole budget, but everything else looks nice. And then the B Prime variant has a Ultra AC-20 burst fire, an ER PPC, 2 large pulse lasers, and 2 Ultra AC-2 burst fire. A little bit all over the place. I would decide whether I want to go long range or short range with this, and then either kick the UAC-20 or kick the longer range weapons and try and get a little bit more short range weapons in there. But of course, there could be just small omnipods here for the right torso and Ultra AC-20s, so that is something to keep in mind. So that might be the biggest thing you can put in there. And then we're getting to the Direwolf, the Daishi. Let's see what we have available. We've got the Alpha, the Bravo, the P variant, the Prime, the S variant, and the W. We are not able, unfortunately, to remove omnipods to build my crazy 17 medium pulse laser variant. So, we get the Alpha, 2 Streak 6s, a Gauss rifle, triple large pulse lasers, and AMS. That is a strong loadout. The Bravo variant, 2 ER PPCs, 2 medium pulse lasers, a ER small laser, 4 Ultra AC2 burst fire, and an LB10. A little bit all over the place in terms of the weapons, but overall a lot of firepower. The P variant, Narc Beacon, double LRM-20 Artemis, 3 ER PPCs, and 3 medium pulse lasers, plus ECM. Could be a solid base to build something crazy out of that. You could go with like 3 large pulses, 3 medium pulses as well. The Prime variant, 8 energy hardpoints, 2 ballistic hardpoints. We get 2 UX5 burst fire for ballistics, an LRM-10 pod for missiles. We get 4 ER large lasers and 4 medium pulse lasers. This is definitely a nice potential LAS-1 build. I think these should be medium-sized arm pods, so you should be able to fit a Gauss rifle in those as well. The Dio of S variant comes with, oh god, that's a lot of weapons. 2 machine guns, an LB-20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 medium pulse lasers, and a large pulse laser, plus a Streak SRM 4 times 2. And the W variant, Gauss rifle, Ultra AC-20, then we have an ER large laser, 2 medium pulse lasers, a LRM-20, and a ER small laser. Once again, a little bit all over the place. I think as far as strength is concerned, I would try to go with a LAS-1 build here. ER large, ER medium, 2 Gauss rifles, extra cooling. That's going to be a super strong pinpoint CT killer. The Alpha variant also looks good for DPS with the 2 Streak 6s, the Gauss rifle, and the triple large pulse lasers. Definitely something that could be quite strong. Yeah, these would probably be my preferred mech variants here. Let's talk about now the Inner Sphere variants. The Annihilator IR, that one is a weird one. It has 2 LRM-15s hot-loaded. Then it comes with 6 machine guns and 2 Ultra AC-5s, but you could run something like 6 Ultra AC-2s on this mech. I'm not sure yet if that's going to be the best build or not. There's going to be other builds that you can run, of course, as well. Based on what I'm seeing, I'm not sure I would rank this mech as high anymore. It seems to have like a slow standard engine. There's no endo steel going on. There's no ferrofibers going on from what I can tell. So you don't really have that much tonnage to put weapons in. So this might be a little bit of a lemon. But we'll have to test and see it. First idea is like, maybe, but not giga high hopes from me. Then we get the Longbow RCX and the Longbow WD1. The RCX variant is a mix of LRM-5s, LRM-5 hot-loadeds, LRM-10 hot-loadeds, SRM-4 Infernos. Yeah, this thing's all over the place. Could be fun to just run as an Inferno SRM bomber and see what it does. The Longbow WD1 is an interesting one. It comes equipped with 6 medium lasers and 2 LB-10 burst fire. Definitely some good damage potential right there. Then we've got the Marauder 2 AH. This one comes equipped with double LB-10 burst fire, an LB-10 solid slug burst fire, 2 small lasers, and 2 medium lasers. Definitely potential to equip a lot of nice Daka here. These are good big omnipods for that, or not omnipods, just weapon mounts for that. So definitely something to keep in mind there. And then we're basically already looking at the Bullsharks and the Atlas II. The Bullsharks, I'm happy to say, have a lot of variants, 7 to be precise, the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and the BT Hero Mech. The Bullshark 1 comes with 5 medium lasers and 4 AC-5s and 2 SRM-6. Super strong. I would probably drop the SRM-6 and just concentrate on the medium lasers, maybe swap them out for ER mediums. And the AC-5s, of course, maybe swap them out for the clan pendant if possible. But yeah, this would be a strong one. The Bullshark 2 has all energy mounts, 12 of them to be precise. Comes equipped with what I can see right now, 1, 2, 3, 4 PPCs and a whole plethora of medium lasers, 8 medium lasers. Strong alpha strike. Also has jump jets. Bullshark 3, this is for your LRM enthusiasts. It's got tag, it's got 6 medium lasers and 6 LRM-10s. The Bullshark 5 comes equipped with a total of 2 PPCs, 4 medium lasers, and double AC-10s plus jump jets. Once again, I would drop at least 2 jump jets. The Bullshark 6, that one is gonna have 7 medium lasers and 6 AC-2s. No, hang on, I misspoke. 6 medium lasers, a large laser, and a total of 6 AC-2s. That is a lot of firepower. Basically more firepower, I would say, than this Annihilator had, at 95 tons only. But that's probably because this thing is equipped with, I don't know, endosteel ferrofibers and also a slightly, maybe light engine. Not sure about that. But yeah, definitely more firepower. Doesn't have as much armor, but I mean, 608 in the base variant versus 560 is not that big of a difference. Then we've got the Bullshark 7. We're rocking 3 medium lasers, 2 LB-10s, and 5 SRM-6. This thing has a brutal brawl shot, that's for sure. And the BT variant has AMS, double AC-20 burst fire, and a total of, if I'm counting correctly, 7 medium lasers. Also strong. And then we get to the piece de resistance. This is the Atlas 2. Of course, I'm going to click on that so you guys can see it in all its glory right here. The Atlas 2. And this beautiful thing comes equipped with 2 ER large lasers, 2 medium pulse lasers, an SRM-6, an LRM-20, and an LB-10. And you would say, at this point, if you look at that, I thought that's strong. And I would agree. And then I built something. Then I built a little something. Let's see, how can I load builds from here? Well, if I can't load it, it's not a problem. We'll just strip the mech. Because I stripped the mech and I saw these are all large weapon slots. And you know what that means? That means this. How about 4 clan ERPPCs? I'm showing you this guy live, guys, because it's so much fun. And the Gauss rifle. And then you add, I would say, 2.5 tons of Gauss ammo. You would have, of course, to adapt the armor. I would go with 10 back armor, not more. Everything else up front. Because that's what the enemy normally is. If the enemy gets in your back, you yell at your teammates. Of course, max out your armor on the cockpit and whatnot. Yep. And then we throw in a couple of clan double heat sinks. And I think you get the picture now. Now we've got 4 ERPPCs and a Gauss rifle. Pinpoint Giga Murder. This thing should be a machine. The only problem I could see is in the cooling department. We're getting up to 2.8 cooling per second. Might be a little bit toasty. You might have to drop one of the ERPPCs, or you just shoot the Gauss rifle a little bit more and the rest of the weapons a little bit less. But overall, this should be a killer. So yeah, we'll definitely try that one out. Well guys, that was my quick dive into all the new mechs in Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries Shadow of Kerensky. What's your favorite model so far? Was there one that surprised you? Was it one where you were like a little bit disappointed of what it actually has on the battlefield? Or was it one mech where you were like, hey, I didn't know that this could have that much firepower? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comment section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.